All right, just got an inch of rain. Clouds are moving by fairly fast, but the air out here is so thick you could cut it with a knife. I mean, it's humid. It's very, very humid. It's not very warm, but it's very, very humid. So I have a lot of little updates for you guys that I think you might find interesting. First off, and most importantly, we finally got a fan for the shop. First fan we've had out here in probably 4 years, and no, it's not the best fan, but it was like 20 bucks at Atwood's, and we thought, well, you know, why not? It's better than nothing by a long shot. So that's the first update. But the important update here is that I fixed the ads on the channel, I think. So I made a video. Oh my gosh, that sun makes it worse. Ugh. Anyway, I made a video a few days ago about there being too many mid-roll ads on so many of my videos. And so I took the time over the past several days and I went through and I reduced the number of mid-roll ads by probably 70%. I mean, I cut them back pretty hard. And there are a lot of shorter videos where I just shut them off completely. And there's a few really short videos where I just shut the monetization off because I'm like, well, it's only a 2-minute video. There's no reason to put ads on this. That's just kind of ridiculous. So I don't know how that's going to affect my revenue. But I want people to watch my content, and if nobody's watching my content, I'm not going to make any money at all, so that was kind of the whole thought behind that. So I think I got all the ads fixed, and it was kind of a production. Finished it up last night. So we'll walk along here, and you can look at stuff. And no, that Ford 500's not staying here. That's just temporary. Had to put a battery in it. It's still a little soft, but we can do the video. So the U90 Ford went off to the truck repair to have the gooseneck hitch put on it, and we're mostly done with the important stuff on it that makes it drivable. The driver's seat's back in it. We've got the cab back together for the most part. It's coming along. There'll be a video when we get that finished. We got a couple more implements. I did a video about the chisel, did a whole walk around on it. And we also got a couple implements from the neighbor. This is the first one we're going to look at. This is it's a spring tooth. It's a crust buster. See any cows? Where are the cows? That's always a good question to ask. You never know. Well, I don't see them. I don't think they're going to run up here. So we'll just open the gate really quick and... Okay. Alright, so yeah, this is a crust buster spring tooth. It is, I stepped it off when it was unfolded yesterday. It's about 40 to 45 foot. It is a big one. The one we've got, I think it is also a crust buster, but it's only 26 foot. And the biggest reason we bought this, well, there's three reasons. Number one, it unfolds hydraulically, which is so very nice. The one we have, it does not. You have to grab the wings and pick them up and set them on the mounts, and you know, they didn't balance it very well, so it's actually a lot of work to do that. And you know, you go do other stuff all day and then your back kind of hurts anyway, and then you have to pick those up because it's kind of awkward. And Dad and I decided this was worth getting for this alone. The second reason, it came from the neighbor who is conveniently 3 miles away, and that's just hard to beat. That's pretty short distance, especially some of the trips we've had to go on to get stuff. You know, we went 200-mile round trip to get that chisel and had to take it all the way apart. So going 3 miles, hooking onto this and pulling it home seemed pretty easy. That was a good deal. And the third reason is because this is actually made for bigger tractors. The 26-footer that we have, it has the 2-piece hitch on the implement. It's made for basically a single drawbar on a smaller tractor, you know, like a 2-wheel drive tractor, not this great big old 800. Well, I say great big. By today's standards, this thing's not great big, but back in the 70s it was. So yes, this was a pretty nice deal. We had to put a tire, yeah, that tire right there. We put that tire on. That was a good used one off of another implement. It came with drags. The drags are better. It's got better shanks on it. It's got, well, just as good a points. And everything does work. And we used it yesterday. We worked up that piece out there on the hill where the ground's a little bit darker, and it worked really nice. Dad was done with that field in about 5 minutes, so that was awesome. I came out here, I was going to look for the serial tag, but I do not... Oh, it's right here. It's underneath there. Okay, well, I'll have to come out later and get those numbers off of it just for reference, but that seems pretty good shape, so we did pretty good on it. Cat! Cat! Well, we need to go look at the other grain cart. Yeah, well, come on. Come here. Come here, kitty, 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 kitty. Well, come here. Why are you so distressed? I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, you sweet kitty. Yes. Ah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You got to be careful, little cat. You're getting warm. A little bit of sun on you, and you just soak it right up. Yeah. All right. Oh, and yeah, we're real professional out today. No work clothes, just in case anybody forgot that I was white. There you go. I know. Let's go look at the other implement. Okay, we're going to talk about the combine here in a minute, because I'm sure that there are a lot of... Oh, somebody keeps leaving zip ties on the ground. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are kind of interested to see the work on that combine. A combine video I did, the introduction did pretty good, and then the little video I did on the flat tire actually performed fairly well for the type of videos I do. So we'll do something with that. But this is the other thing that we bought from the neighbor. So he and his dad used to farm, a little bit. I don't even remember how much. But most of the ground they were farming, they just rented because it wasn't very good ground and they didn't really want the rest of the land. So that land sold, and so they don't farm it anymore. And then, of course, the neighbor, his dad passed away a few years ago. And so he doesn't farm as much as he used to. So he's just trying to get rid of some of his excess equipment that he doesn't need. And so we bought this from him too. So we're always on the lookout for more grain carts. The one that we have is a Big 12, and it's way bigger than it needs to be because they only rated it for 12,000 pounds of capacity. Well, I have it on good authority that will hold 450, 500 bushels of rye, even though it's only rated for 12,000 pounds of actual weight because, well, rye is 56 pounds a bushel. So you do the math on that. But this one here, I think this is a 400 bushel is what he told me. Of course, the tarp is shot because why not? But even if the tarp was good, we couldn't cover this with it because the raccoons would get in there and just tear the crap out of it. And the raccoons have something to do with that as well. But this actually is pretty in. Blah, blah, blah. This is actually in pretty good shape. Don't worry about that. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's been like that. He said it's okay. He said they always heaped this full of wheat, and I think wheat is 60 pounds a bushel. I don't remember. I think it's heavier than rye. The test weight on wheat's heavier than rye, I believe. This tire's in good shape. They hold air. Oh, I see it's starting to split down there a little bit. That's okay. It'll be fine. This one, the nice thing about this one is that, well, again, this is actually made, the hitch on this is a little bit better. The way they did it, it's easier to hook on with tractor. The auger is a much, much nicer auger, the way that they position this. It folds, rests there. We were told, well, I was told, Dad had already taken off with the spring tooth. I was told that this cylinder is the only cylinder that this cart came equipped with from the factory, and that if you want to fold the auger, you have to unpin that from the door on the bottom and bolt it on here, and then it'll fold the thing over, which I think is stupid, but that's John Deere for you. But inside, the biggest reason I like this one is because that's what it looks like. And I'll climb up here just a little bit more, try not to drop my phone. So I actually like the way they did this better than on the Big 12. It looks a lot bigger from the inside than from the outside. So it's just as big as the one we have, actually, now that I'm thinking about it a little more. But the way they did the auger on the bottom and the door, it's a lot nicer. The Big 12, they've got the auger that runs the length of the bottom, but they didn't slope the front and back ends in, really. They just slope the sides down. And then I actually like the dump door on the Big 12 a little bit better because it kind of sits on the side, like over on this side. But the auger, the dump auger, comes in, and it's a pain in the ass to fold because it folds to the inside of the cart. It was not really the best design. Not a big deal for us because we don't go anywhere. All the grain stays here on the property. You know, we're not hauling the rye to the co-op. It's basically just to replant. And stuff. So, you know, it's not like we're hauling it to the co-op or anything. And if we were, we'd put it in a truck and haul it off. We're not pulling the grain carts from field to field and like you know, bigger operations do, is what I'm trying to get at. So it's not a big deal if the auger doesn't fold. We're not going to hit any power lines. We're not going to hit any trees. But it would be nice if it could fold sometimes, right? I mean, obviously, I pulled this one home with the auger unfolded, and it was fine. So, this was a nice addition, in theory. I mean, one day we'll get a PTO tractor, and we can actually run the auger, but that's on the list. We're getting there. So, yeah, this is the other implement that we bought. Now, let's talk about the combine a little bit. All right, the 1480 combine. We cut... Ooh, driveway's soft. Yikes. Okay. The 1480 combine, it ran really good last year. We were happy with it. And we cut a lot more grain than we thought we were going to get. We cut about 600 bushel off of 10 to 12 acres. It was really good. It was really good rye. So then one of the things we did, we filled the combine full of grain and we left it. Now, everybody watching this that knows anything about combines is going to say, oh, you're not supposed to do that. And yeah, that's true. You're not supposed to. Did you hear that? Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, you're not supposed to leave it full of grain, but we did, and I'm going to blame Dad for that. Don't tell him, but I'm going to throw him under the bus because that was his idea, not mine. I didn't want to do it, but it's been full of grain, and so the raccoons got on top and tore the cover off that we made, and so you can do the math on that, and it stinks. And all this west wind that we've been getting, yeah, it blows it all that way towards the house. Like today, it's kind of a southwest wind. It's bad. It's really bad. So when we get past this next little bout of rain, not today, it's supposed to, like, we're supposed to skip a day because today's Tuesday. So Wednesday, it's not supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain the rest of the week. When we get past this next little bout of rain, probably into the second week of June here, we're going to get this thing fired up, cleaned up, and do a couple things to it, and then we have to harvest. I will do videos if I can, when I can, how I can, but it's going to be pretty nasty, and I don't think I want to try and screw with the camera, but I'll do what I can. That is the tragedy of the combine. We'll go into a little more detail when those videos come out, but for right now, yes, we know it was stupid. No, we're not going to do it again. No, we shouldn't have done it to start with. I say we. This is Dad's idea. He forced me. I didn't have a choice. I was like, I don't really want to do that. And he said, well, it's too bad. We're going to do it anyway. So, but don't tell him I said that because he might yell at me. So, anyway, yeah, there's plenty to do on it. Like, we got to paint that green pulley on there. That's the biggest thing we need to do. And I guess, like, fix the leaking feeder house cylinders and the alternator and other stupid, frivolous stuff like that. But the biggest thing is we paint that green pulley. That is going to be nasty. It's going to be very nasty. Only men of agriculture can appreciate how bad rotting grain smells. So, yeah, that's what's been going on around here. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Just an update for you. Biggest thing I wanted to let you know is the ads should be fixed. They are a little heavy on the mid-roll ads in some spots, but I cut them back a great deal. So from now on, I'll pay more attention when I upload videos. I'll fix the ads before everything goes live. So whatever advertisements you see on a video, you just remember that I've cut them back heavily. And you can do the math on that. And I know I'm making you guys do a lot of math, but that's okay. It's good for you. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. We'll see you later.